Hey guys, Mr. Carl Science here. Today I'm going to use 3D printing to fix something in my classroom. It's time for class.
I got projects that you wouldn't believe. Science stuff, 3D prints and student machines. Na 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 na. It's a Carol thing.
So in my classroom I have these really cool cabinets that go underneath these countertops. They used to have locks on them, but this is a really old classroom. Nobody has the keys anymore. So I decided I wanted to turn the holes that the locks used to go into a place to put a cabinet knob. So today I'm going to design and 3D print a knob to fit into this hole. Okay, so I loaded up Fusion 360 and I'm going to go ahead and start designing. I know that the hole is just a little bit more than 20 millimeters wide, so I'm going to use it as a reference point. So I'm going to start out by going to create sketch. I'm going to pick a plane, and then I'm going to push C for circle, and I'm going to go right in the center, and I'm just going to come out to 20 millimeters. Now I'm going to go ahead and extrude this up. So I'm going to click on the part that I want to be extruded, and then under direction I'm going to go to two sides, because what I'm essentially going to do is I'm going to start with 20 millimeters in the middle, and it's going to expand out as it goes out, so that'll be big enough to cover the hole. So I'm going to go ahead and expand it out. I'm just going to do like 12 one direction and 12 the other direction, and then I'm going to add a taper angle so that it'll expand out as it extrudes. So my taper angle, I'm just going to put like 25 degrees on both of them. So now, once I have that done, then you can kind of see it's just making this little tapered shape that expands out from the middle. So now I'm going to draw another circle on top of this that is again 20 millimeters tall. And I'm going to extrude that up 25 millimeters because it was just about 20 millimeters thick, the door that I'm trying to go through. So now what I want to do is add some screw threads to this so that I can actually tighten that up on the back side. So I'm going to go to create thread, and I'm just going to click on this piece that I just extruded out, and it automatically selects 20 millimeters with an M20 2.5 thread, and then I just click modeled and click OK, and it automatically cuts those threads into my piece, which is pretty cool. So there is the beginnings of my doorknob. I'm just going to add a couple of fillets just to smooth it out, make it a little easier to grip onto, and then I'm going to create a nut to go on the back side to hold everything in place. So I'm going to click on create sketch, and I'm actually going to create a sketch on the bottom face, that way I can get them the same height once I extrude them. So I'm going to push C for circle again, and I'm going to come out to 30 millimeters, which is about the size that I want it to be. And then it's again 20 millimeters for that shaft that's coming up out of the middle. So I'm going to just create those two circles, and now I can go ahead and extrude this. Oh, actually, before I do, I want to add a rectangle. There we go. I want to add a rectangle to this. What this is going to do is give me something to hold on to when I'm turning it, just like I would a nut, or like a wing nut. Basically, I'm creating a wing nut. So I'm going to go ahead and extrude this up 10 millimeters. Okay, and then just like before, I'm going to go to, actually, let's modify this. So actually, with this extrude, I can right click it because I just realized I made it go the wrong way, and I can say edit feature, and instead of 10 millimeters, I'll go negative 10 millimeters, and that's going to do the same thing. All it's going to do is flip it over so that both of these pieces are aligned. If I click on the front here, you can see that both of these pieces start at the same height. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the thread to it just like I did earlier, but I'm just going to do the female thread instead of the male thread. So click on create thread, click on the face that I want to be threaded, and click model. It automatically again selects 20 millimeters and 22.5. So that's exactly the same as the other one. Click OK. And then I'm just going to add some fillets so that this thing doesn't chew my hand up when I try to tighten it up. So I'm just going to select, let's see, select all 4 of these sides. There we go. Select the 4 sides on top. There we go. And then these 4 sides, 3, 4, and then the 4 sides on top. Got them. And then I will select the rounded edges as well. Anything that's got sharp edges I really don't like to have. I'm going to leave this, maybe, no I'm not. I'm going to do that one too. So anything that has sharp edges I really don't like to have in there because it just makes it a little more difficult whenever you have to mess with it. I don't like sharp edges, cut my fingers up. So there we go. I've got my little wing nut and I've got my drawer pull. I'm going to send this over to the printer and I will see you at the end of the time lapse. And here it is. So I've got my cabinet knob. It has a little nut that screws onto the back of it. I had to make it a little bit wider. It's not like a normal cabinet knob that uses like a number 8 screw or something. So instead I used a 20 millimeter threaded piece that I just modeled into it, and then I've got a little nut that goes on the back side. So let's see if it fits. So I'm just going to take the knob, put it in through the hole, screw the nut onto the other side, tighten it up, and there we go. One 3D printed solution to a problem. So in case you guys haven't noticed, I am not super confident with my 3D modeling skills, but that's kind of the point. I don't mind if people make fun of me a little bit or whatever because my skills are not the best. I'm not the best at it. But one thing that I would like to show in my videos is that even if you're inexperienced at something, it's okay as long as you're actually trying to learn and to grow. I am very new to 3D printing and modeling, but I'm still able to make some really simple objects. Maybe I'm not doing it in the easiest way possible, but hopefully you learned a little bit from from my experience, and hopefully you guys are going to take on a project like this on your own. If you have a 3D printer or if you have access to a 3D printer, it's really cool to find a project that you can make, that you can start from scratch, take that idea that's in your head, create it inside of a computer program, and a few hours later you've got it in your hand. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to, but if not, it's up to you. I will see you in the classroom.